Yeah, we have a very special guest today. Could you do me a favor and introduce yourself?
What's going on, people, man? 804 Icer, man, up and coming artist, Big Iceberg from Swan. Same one, man.
Much
Pleasure's
love.
mine. Thank you
Much
for
love.
having me.
Thanks for joining us today. Thanks for joining us today. So, what I'd like to do is start from the very beginning. If you could do me a favor and just tell us what was your life like growing up?
I mean, I had a good life. You don't really know your hardships in life until you leave out of your area and start seeing people from other places. Really, as a kid, I always had fun, bro. Like east side of South Central, bro. Gang infested, drug infested area. Uh, got taken from my parents at a young age, bro. Due to drug use. My mom got me back. My daddy got his life back together and shit. And I basically end up just succumbing to the urges of the environment, bro. Getting involved with gangs. Start going to jail. My first time going to jail was 12. I was going back and forth. I went to YA when I was 16.
Let me reverse it a little bit because I really want to dig deep into your story.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
you said you were young when you got taken away from your parents due to drug use. Do you remember how old you were, and do you remember that day when it happened?
No, I don't remember when, cause they came and got my sister first. They got my sister first, and then they came and got the rest of us. But I remember when I got to the place, I remember like being away from my siblings.
Yeah.
I remember bright lights. I was somewhere that was foreign, and I just remember being at the part the most. It was that I wasn't with my brothers and sister. That was like the main thing. I really didn't know what was going on. I was so young. I just knew I'm not around my brothers and sister. I'm not around my mom and my daddy. So it was kind of just I wanted to be around my brothers and sisters. I just
How,
remember we wasn't together.
how old were you?
I think I was 5.
Well, 5 years old. Damn, that's
Yeah.
young. How long were you away from your parents?
It was probably about a year, bro.
Damn, that's a long time for a 5-year-old though.
Yeah.
That shit, because you only lived 5 years. So like that.
Yeah.
So shit, that's a long ass fucking time. So in that year, do you remember anything that happened?
I remember my daddy came a lot, and he would bring my because they had us in different places. So he would bring my brother. It was some type of way my brothers and sisters where it was arranged where they can come and we got to play with each other. And we was with some good people, like an older couple, and they had like a big house, bro, in a good area. So it was like good memories. And then once my mama was able to get us back. So
How was it though? Like take me back to when you're 5 years old, being away from your brothers and sisters that long. How did you feel at that time?
to be real, it was kind of like I can't even say I was like overwhelmed with like sadness or no particular emotion. It was just more like this is what's going on. So it was like as I didn't know nothing else. I was just like, oh, I'm here right now. My daddy, when he was coming to get us, he would tell me like, encourage me like it's gonna get better. You're not gonna be here that long or whatever the case it may be. And then it was over,
Damn.
and it was over. Then we went back to life as I knew it, like being with my brothers and my sister.
So that's a trip though, because like you're that young, you're young as fuck, and you go into survival mode already, where
Yeah.
you're like, you know what, this is what it is. But it's cool that your pops was there to encourage you at the same time, let you know like everything's gonna be all right. It's just a moment in time.
Now I gained the gang of respect like for him just in general because my daddy was shooting heroin, bro. But I never got to see him on drugs. We
Yeah,
got took because he was on drugs, and then he never relapsed after this situation. He never relapsed ever again. So like he was a big. That's why I'm like a big advocate for anti-drug movements and stuff like that because I seen heroin is the most addictive drug, bro. So I
yeah.
seen him overcome that, and then just how strict he was just on drugs in general. I never experimented with like drugs, like nothing outside of weed, bro. And he was even against weed, to be honest, because that was a gateway drug to him. But I never experimented with no other drugs just based on that alone.
Yeah, you know, it's a trip. Is I did a lot of drugs growing up, and my grandma was a heroin addict, but because I saw that shit scared the fuck out of me. I've never used anything with a needle. I'm like, hell nah, man. Like shit. And yeah, so that's a trip, G. So he ends up getting you back. Do you remember when that happened? You said your mom's actually got you back,
Well,
right?
my mom actually got us back. My dad was the reason that we got took. My mom got us back, and you know when you young, like all these memories is kind of faded together because I was so young, bro. I
Yeah.
remember when we got the apartment that we like spent most of my childhood in. I remember that day, like just going to the apartment. I remember that day real good. We was all together when we got the apartment, and I just remember like everybody being back together. It just always felt good. Every time when they used to come see me too, it felt good, bro.
Oh yeah. Good. Did it kind of feel like you're not alone at that point? Like hell yeah, the family's back together.
Now I did. It felt real good because I used to always when my brothers would because we had a lot of toys at the house I was at. We had a lot of toys, so like they had a lot of games and stuff. So it was always fun when they came, but then when they had to leave, it was like damn.
Damn. So when you guys get everybody back under the same roof, how long after to your pops got was back with you guys?
Well, my that's the thing, right? That was probably about the end. I don't know if that was the end of their relationship. That's I'm kind of speculating, but they never been back together since. He just
Oh,
started being back in our life for us, like you know, getting his custody rights, going over there on the weekend and stuff like that. But they never came back together, like for as a relationship wise.
oh shit. Yeah, you know, well, it's crazy because when things happen like that, it kind of it could pull people apart. You know what I mean? And people could realize like, hey, we might be good people, but sometimes we're not good for each other.
Yeah,
And
but
that yeah,
and I
that's
had conversations with him, and he basically I got to know the good version of him, bro. But he told me, he shared with me all his flaws that he had, like as a man, and because I always, you know, when you a kid, I asked like, why y'all not together, stuff like that, and he explained to me like his flaws as a man, and that played like a large role in why he wasn't with my mom and stuff like that.
yeah, damn. So you said you're back together. You got the family now. You guys are happy. Your pops is you know he's part of your life too. He's not living with you, but he's part of your life. Uh, what drove you to gangbanging?
I mean, in LA, it's not just LA, but everywhere it's so prevalent and it's like just normal, bro. It's not like a thing like now. It's been like, especially like far as the music industry is concerned, it's a lot of attention like on gangs and gang life. But that was regular. Like I'm born in '88, bro. So I was a kid in the '90s. And that was like just looking out the window. And I grew up when South Central was like the murder capital, bro. So looking out the window, like we couldn't come outside a lot of the times because of what was going on. But the kids who was outside, that's who we looked up to. We thought they was cool. So all the stuff that they was doing, that's what we wanted to do. Like we wanted to go be out there shooting dice and doing everything they was doing, bro. Because we looked at it as cool. We didn't know no better. These are just our upstairs neighbors and kids in the apartment building. So
Yeah, and it's a trip because at times like everybody else is afraid to go outside, but you had these kids who got no fear. Right? Like they're just out there doing what they do, and it's like they control everything around them. So yeah, that shit could be appealing at times. Cause like, damn, these motherfuckers are like they're with the shit. Like, man, nobody tells them anything.
and we wanted to do everything. All we wanted to do was go outside so bad, bro. So it was like they live in our dream. The only thing that we want to do is be able to go outside, and they doing that.
Yeah, yeah. So did you have any family from your neighborhood, or did you just click with the younger friends that they kind of
Now,
joined?
see, all my family is mostly from Compton, bro. So we moved. We don't know anybody but the people that we went to school with. So all these people got generations in this area, bro. So they big brothers or they daddy might be from over here. So when it came to like gang banging, they was more advanced in the sense of I don't want to say born into it. They already was like being groomed, as you could say, like to participate. I never really wanted to. Wasn't a person that was drawn to the actual game. I wanted to be with the kids, like the camaraderie, but I wasn't drawn like, oh, I want to join the gang until I started getting into situations when I got older, consequences of being associated with these friends and stuff like that. That's when I joined. And then, it goes like that. All my family started doing the same thing. So,
Damn. And what was the first? You said you went to jail for the first time when you were 12 years old.
yes, sir.
What was the situation behind that?
A fight, gang fighting another gang member at school in 7th grade.
And you went to the halls for that, or just got arrested
Not to the horse.
for fighting?
Yeah, first court day kick out.
Mm-hmm. See, that's the shit that trips me out because, like, not to get too crazy about things, right? But a fight between two kids is kind of normal, right? Like that's gonna happen. You got kids that are learning to communicate with each other. It's not the best thing to do, of course. The kids do need to be punished. They need to understand they can't do that. That's not the way you handle a situation. But to put a fucking jacket on these kids at such a young age, like, come on, man. Like, what are we doing here? Like, why are you gonna put handcuffs on this kid? Why are you gonna book him and send him fucking get him normalized to that kind of a setting, right? Because like at 12 years old now, you know what it is to get busted. You know what it's like to have a pair of cold ass handcuffs on your wrist.
Yeah. And the cold part about it was trying to take my brother because we actually ran. We ran from the crime scene, and they ended up catching up with us. But they was gonna take my brother to jail, so I like took responsibility. Like, that was me.
Damn, man. So how long did you do in the halls that time?
And it was only a couple of days. Like my first court date, they let me
Oh,
go.
okay, like 3 days then.
Yeah,
How did you feel? South Set, you guys go to LP, right?
yeah, it was LP.
Yeah, you probably going to what unit GH or W?
Nah, GH,
GH.
GH.
Yeah, so fucking you're a young kid, right? Like you're probably one of the smallest kids in G and H. You get to GH and you just got gangbangers in there, young ass gangbangers in there. How do you feel your first time in there?
Now it's more like this all the stories you've been hearing about because I had friends that already been in jail before, so it's like all the stories you've been hearing about now you hear, and then you run into people that you know, and I remember the feeling like certain people was more advanced, like I mean because you've been through the process before, so it's like after that first time, your whole demeanor kind of changed in a way, but they already at that part, like you feel me? Because it's probably like third or fourth time, or they already been doing this, so they like already like got the jail little program down pat. Like they already changed for like demeanor wise, so it's like they more advanced in that type of setting.
Yeah. Damn. So you're there for 3 days. Actually, let me ask you this because this has always been a trip to me. So you get there to you get to fucking I forgot what like when you processing, right? You get to
Yeah,
processing,
processing.
yeah, and they give you that phone call on the brown phone, right? Did you call your mom or like
You
how
gotta call moms, man.
what did she say? Like how did she deal with her like this is basically
That's
you're a baby, her little kid, her little guy is in
that
jail.
situation was more like under understanding because of the circumstances of the whole fight and everything. She had already, my brother had got to tell her already, so it was kind of like that was probably about the easiest time I had as far as like her reaction to anything I had did because it was a situation, even though it was like a gang element to it, it wasn't necessarily my fault. I wasn't the aggressor in this situation, so it was more like I ain't gonna say accepting, but she it was an easier ride than any other time I ever been in jail.
So you did your 3 days. You go to court. They let you out.
Yeah.
Put you on probation or what did they drop
No,
you
I
for?
still had to. No, I still had to go. I had like a couple court dates that I had to go to on the streets, like
Yeah.
that I had to go back and forth, and then I don't think I had community service or nothing. They just basically I had to go to court probably like 3 or 4 times, and they let everything go.
All right. All right. And so you get out though. Does any of your other like your homies your age? Are they kind of like, oh hell yeah, the homie's out. He went to the halls there.
Probably was like the last. like my last homie that actually went to the halls, bro. Like everybody else had already been to the halls, so I was already like heard all the stories and all that. I used to kind of low key look at it, not like it was cool, but it was like it was gangster, bro. Like we all out here saying we gang banging, and they like is the ones that's actually going to jail and in here fighting and all this type of stuff. And so I was like I used to look at one day I'm gonna get my little shot.
Yeah. And what was the next time you got busted? How old were you then?
14.
14. Damn. And what were the circumstances around that?
Like basically, it was some taggers that was going to the high school in our hood, bro, and they was tagging. You know, that was like looked down upon, so you got to remove the cliques and all that type of stuff. So we ended up getting into like a little fight. We the homies ended up getting stabbed or something like that.
Oh shit!
Like
Yeah.
basically like a little fight, bro. So we went down for that. But it was like a similar situation where I didn't stay that long.
Damn. And what about after that?
I went to camp when I was 15 for robbery. That was my first actual camp program.
Yeah. Then how long did you do?
10 months.
10 months in camp. Damn. That's a lot for a first time. Because a lot of people get 4 to 6 months.
Yeah, I had a 90-day camp program. I think it was 3 or 4 months, but I kept catching time. And shit.
Yeah. And how was it in camp for you?
It was my first camp experience. I went to 3 camps. My first time in jail, I went to 3 camps. I got kicked out of camp twice before I went home. But my first camp I went, it was like a lot of people that I knew, and then like fighting and all that type of stuff. I never like was shying away from that type of stuff. So I looked at that time in my life being young, I still looked at that highly, like, oh, I'm in jail smashing, fighting enemies and stuff like that. So it was like a good experience. Like,
what was the first camp you went to?
To Houghton.
Went to Houghton, and then from Houghton, did they refile on you, or you just they just sent you somewhere else?
Nah, from Houghton I got refiled on, and they sent me to Smith. I went to Challenger.
All right. And how was it out there for you?
It was it was a difference because Houghton is an open camp. Challenger is locked down, so it's like you don't get no personals. So you in there ashy, no hygiene products, bro. All the hygiene products that you get, it comes from them. It ain't really too good. And then the food is worse. So it was kind of like a little worse, but it was kind of like the same program. Fighting, all that type of stuff. Got kicked out of Smith too. And they sent me to Scobie. I went home from Scobie.
All right. Then from Scobie, fucking, you come home. Are your homies tripping out? Like, all right, the homie's out now. Like, damn, gee, you were gone for a little minute.
Yeah, it was like almost like a level up, low key. Like basically, like now all the people that I was looking at, like everybody been in camp. I'm like the last one that never went to camp, so it was like now it's like I'm part of the circle.
Yeah. And how long were you out?
For 4 months.
For 4 months. Damn. And what happened after that?
I came back for a violation, and that's when I ended up going to YA. I came back for a violation. I caught a case in camp and went to YA.
What was it? Explain that. What happened there?
All right, I went to months for my violation, so I'm running around already. This one they was still doing the furloughs. I don't know if you remember that, but furlough was like a locked in. You was going home, so it don't matter what happened. You was going home regardless. Like you was gonna go home. So I'm running them up, fighting. I get kicked out of months. They send me to minute hall. So I'm doing the same thing, but I got my mind. I got the locked in. I'm going home, so it don't matter what I do anyway. And I ended up catching the case, fighting a young crip dude, and catching the case. They put a charge on me.
What they charge you with?
Battery.
Damn.
But at juvenile, they use that to because I guess when you go to jail as a juvenile and they send you to camp, they like suspending your sentence for the time that it carries. So they basically use the original case, which was the robbery, the original case I was placed on probation for, to send me to YA. So actual case, when I go to YA, it says I'm in there for robbery.
Damn. So you go to you're in camp. You're supposed to do 4 months. Boy, that fucking sucks, man. You're supposed to
Yeah,
do 4 months. What does your mom feel about that?
man, I knew I was breaking my mom's heart all them years, man.
Man,
Yeah, because everybody used to always ask me when I'm getting out, and I'd be like, "Oh, I'm getting out this day." I'll catch some more time or catch another case and get sent somewhere else, bro.
that's fucked up, man. So you get sent to YA. You get to Norwalk, and you have your first board. What do they give you for your first parole consideration date?
Well, I got lucky because like I tell you, robbery only carry 5 years, bro. So how a lot of people, if you go to YA, that'd be like your max in the 5 years. So my max actually started from the day I started going to jail for that original case. So I got to actual Norwalk in 2005, and my max was 2007. So
Oh,
I didn't look at it. I didn't look at it that bad. Like, man, I'm in here. I'm not gonna be here because in your mind, if you active, you're gonna max out anyway. So in my mind, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna max out. I already had it in my mind that I was gonna max out, but when they told me like my max is only 2007, I'm like, oh, that's even better. Now I ain't gotta worry about staying here for 6, 7 years or nothing like that.
that's a trip too, because with robbery, what's like 18 months? So it's like that's only like 6 months away from your fucking max.
Yeah.
Damn. So you got in your mind you're gonna max out, and where did they end up sending you?
They ended up sending me to Paso.
So you get to Paso and fucking how was it when you get there?
Yeah, Paso was ugly. I ain't gonna lie. Like I got to Paso, and this was like more like Norwalk was kind of like juvenile hall, but a little more active. But you had a few people that had been in YA for years that came down from Preston because they had Gibbs right there, like a main line. Then they had PSP. But for the most part, it's like everybody was in juvenile hallway, bro.
Yeah.
Outside of people that's not from your county, like from different counties and shit. So it was kind of like a little bit more of the same. But when I went to Paso, that's when I got to see like the real side of YA. And I was on site with the Crips and shit. So that was like it was like play ball, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything crack off when you get there?
Yeah, they actually put me in a room with a Crip from San Bernardino. So they put me in a room with a Crip dude from San Bernardino. And like in YA, everybody know you're gonna get there before you even get there. So
Yeah.
everybody that was in Paso already knew I was coming before I came. They take your name on top of the room. So they already knew I was gonna get there. So they put me in a cell with him. And the other Crips is trying to communicate with him, like to get me, like basically, it's on site with this fool, get him, but he don't know sign language, he don't know nothing. So naive in his mind, he's trying to get me to assist him to figure out what they saying. And
Yeah.
I catch the message, like they trying to tell him that they trying to tell you to fight me, bro. So I tell him, and at the time, even though from the short time that they put us in a room together, he was a cool dude, like. We both just knew the YA, so we got a little conversation going. He cool, but fighting ain't nothing. And then I never try to put nobody in a position like. So I tell him like, look, bro, your homies is trying to tell you to fight me, bro. I was like, he like, nah, fuck all that. Like we cool. And I'm like, look, bro, I don't want to put you in no situation where your homies got it out for you because you don't like a fight ain't nothing, bro. We might as well just get it out the way. So we had the fight and shit real quick. Boom, and the next day we ended up having another fight because when we came out, they was basically telling them, like yelling out the door because they only got the orientation out, like basically telling them like it's on site, bro. You gotta keep fighting him. It's on site and shit. So we ended up having a fight in the day room and they separated our shield.
Yeah. That's a trip too, because you kind of did him a solid. Because if he didn't do anything, fuck. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
that.
but I really like all my interactions just with people be genuine and just in life, bro. Genuine interaction. He was a dude, even though we wasn't even in a room for 30 minutes, bro. Like that fast, we had already like got a little click going. So I'm like, all right, man. Like I'm trying to like look out for his best interest.
Yeah. So you get down with him, and then what do they do? What do they do with you?
Oh, they put me back in the same room, and they move him to another room. So when I get out the hole, they put me right back in the same room. So you know when you first come, your homies lace you up. So I had started getting laced up in the day room by one of my homies, but he didn't get to finish me lacing me up because I ended up having that fight and shit. So he ended up coming to my door, lacing me up and shit.
Yeah. And what did he let you know?
Now he just let me know, like basically, like you got an eye buster on your face, like a gang of dudes like that's here, and they heard you was being disrespectful in reception. So you know, like a gang of people, they want to see what you talking about. They want to see what they hitting for. So I'm like, all right, it's good. So he was just telling me, like, he was showing me who was who. Cause he was like, it's on site. So when you come out, like, letting me know who everybody was. Because I wasn't gonna never get a chance to come out and actually be around people where I can like get to know who they was. So he was just telling me like, this is a crib, this is a crib, this is like all these people is cribs, bro. So if you come out, you already know what's happening. So he was just pointing everybody out to me and shit for the most part. And he was telling me the rules, like, you know, why if you respect the program, like if somebody fall, not to hit them when they on the ground, or it's gonna be a riot, or just letting me know like what like lacing me up, letting me know what my actions can cause.
Damn. So you had a eye buster on you.
Yes, sir.
And for those who don't know, that's like something where if you disrespect somebody else's shit, then they're all coming at you.
Yes,
And
sir.
yeah. So knowing that you had that target on your back, what were you thinking?
I mean, it was a new experience because I had got the tattoo on the streets. So I've been to camp with this tattoo. I was in reception with this tattoo, and I had always been an aggressor of any situation that had like anything to do with gangbanging, bro. So this was like my first time where people was actually like, we out to get you. So it was like it was a new experience, but I was ready for it, but it was like a new experience. Like, oh yeah, they serious. They banging hard too.
Yeah, hell yeah, yeah. Because a lot of people don't realize why like it's full of knuckleheads, right? Like it's
Yeah,
not
for real.
you ain't gonna be just the hardest motherfucker around. Like
Exactly.
even if you get there, you don't start off as that, right?
Nah, exactly.
So how long were you in Paso?
I was in Paso. I got there December 2000, no, November 2005, and I left in May 2006.
Damn, did you ever get a chance to like program in the dorms?
Nah, see what they do in Paso, like everybody starts off on orientation. At this time it was Pismo. So Pismo was all seals. So if you on Pismo fucking up, they don't even let you. They permanently house you on Pismo. That was like for E numbers and MB numbers, like the people that's waiting till they turn 18 to go to prison. But if you was fucking up, having a lot of fights, they'll just keep you on Pismo. They don't even let you phase out to the dorms and shit.
Damn. So did anything else crack when you were in Paso?
Oh yeah, I had like 11 fights in 7 days, bro. Like 11 fights in 7 days. I think I had like 19 fights, like 19 fights before I got an SMP program. That's like the little shoe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had like 19 fights, and then they sent me to the little I think it was a Royal. Is it a Royal? I think it was a Royal. That's like how TS got the Rock. It's basically like the same type of little program. So I went over there and they sent me to TS.
Well, when I was in Nellis, we had fucking lockup was a motherfucker. It changed while I was there, but last time I was in lockup, it's like they had the fucking phone booths. You know what I mean? Like the phone booth cages and shit for the inside, and then they had the dog kennel cages outside and shit. Did they have that? Was it like that for you guys too out there in Paso?
Nah, that sound like straight child abuse, bro. Nah, they had.
Believe me, dog. You should see when they extract you out of that shit. That was a motherfucker, dog.
Nah, I was they had rooms like everybody didn't have no celly or nothing like that. You in the rooms by yourself. They got a day room, but it was kind of I don't know, probably just when you young, you just looking at everything for what it is. Yeah. But it was like it got day room. Then they put you in groups with people, so you can be in a group with at least I think 3 people can be in a group. You had me, three or four people can be in a group because they also had the cages outside, and they had a basketball court and a handball, like a wall that doubled as a handball court inside the cages. So you can go in the cages, play handball, basketball, or just be out there goofing off. They had cages like kind of like how in prison the shoe is set up. They had like cages and stuff, so you can go out there and be, interacting with the other groups that's in the other cages or stuff like that. But for the most part, it was all cell time. You only gonna come out for about probably 2 hours or an hour out the day, depending on if you're going to school or not. I had my GED, so I wasn't going to school.
I remember when I was in Nellis and lockup was a motherfucker because you had a lot of different people woofing out their doors, and you had a lot of like sometimes even cases acting like they're fucking brave and shit, knowing they're never gonna see the line, and trying to stress motherfuckers out. Like, how did you deal with that?
Man, that was to me, that's the big test in YA. Like anybody that gets to YA, for the most part, you're not gonna have a problem with the violence, like fighting or participating in riots or nothing like that. It's gonna be the mental part that you gotta go through, like stuff like that, bro. Because especially when you got these likes and all that type of stuff, people that say whatever, bro, to get you to engage you, to get you to say something disrespectful, to end up, putting you in a position where you're gonna be on the light and shit. So that was like a cold experience. That was a cold experience.
Damn, yeah. I remember there was this one cat. Yeah, he was on the world light, right? He shot at the world. And
yeah.
I would to me, he was funny, but you can't even laugh because you laugh, it's like you're supporting him, and they'll throw you on that shit. It's like you mean, so it's like, oh shit. But at times I'd be like, oh, this motherfucker's fucking like he's burnt out. You know what I mean? Like that's.
I had a few people that was real entertaining that I used to like. If somebody else be talking shit, how it'd be like irritating, like bro, you just making a lot of noise. But there was some people like I used to call them world class woofers, bro. Like I will get my mattress and put it next to the door and stay on there just for the entertainment. Like, he about to say some funny shit, bro.
Yeah, such a proud of. Sometimes you're making songs and shit and just doing all kinds of like.
It was funny, bro. It was funny. Funny.
You end up leaving Paso, and how do you feel when they tell you like, roll your shit up, you're going to YTS?
I mean, I knew YTS was worse than Paso as far as like activity level. So it was like, and I knew it was like older people that was there. Like in Paso, when I was there, the oldest person was probably like 21. But if you in Paso, you 21, you like a programmer, bro.
Yeah, you're a programmer.
So it's like but they got people that's 23, 24 years old in TS. So it was just something different. Like, it's probably gonna be some older dudes, bigger dudes, or something. Like it was just an experience. Like get it out the way. Like I'm ready to see what's going on.
And did they take you in a bus or a van?
I can't actually remember. It was so long ago, but I remember I went with at least like 4 people, bro. So it probably was a van, bro. It was like 4 people that left with. They came from the line though. They came from the line and left with us.
Damn it! And it's a trip. I remember when I got to TS, I went up to Preston, and then fucking that was a long ass ride, dog. All the way up to Preston, shackled the fuck up, and then you got to go all the way back down, shackled up and shit. So I remember the first thing I tripped out on because I had never been to Chino, right? Like I'm from SGV and shit. So SGV, East LA, all that area. So when I got there, I was like, what the fuck is that smell? Like and all those cows and shit.
Yeah, all them cows, yeah.
Did that hit you, or was I the only one? Really
I did. That's as soon as you get through that little area, you're gonna smell it, that cow manure, man.
Because there ain't no cows in South Central, right?
Nah, not at all.
So how did you think? What do you think when that shit hit your nostrils and shit?
I mean, I thought it was I didn't know this is like a permanent. It's gonna always smell like this in this area, like bro. But I thought it was just passing. But to be honest, I was more focused on the task at hand, like because that experience at Paso, that was like my first little like being in that type of intense environment for us, like gang shit in jail. So I was looking. I thought like basically it's gonna be a more intense situation. So I was more focused on that to keep it playing. I was tunnel vision, like man, see what's going on with these dudes up here, bro.
Yeah, when you get to TS, I know they go to that or same thing. You got the fucking they like not orientation, but that little area where the warehouse looking thing. They put
Yeah,
you in.
it's like R&R type
Yeah,
situations.
there you go. They put you in the different cages and shit until they find out where you're
Yeah.
going. Did they because you came from lockup? Did they send you straight to the Rock
No, I went to A and B. That's like where
intake?
most people was intake, but you had mostly everybody I came with. They all went to the drug program. Because I want to say was it M&N was
I
like
think
the
it's
drug
it
cottage.
was downstairs. It was next to Eminem. It was it TT something T was it TVTU? I
Yeah, but
forgot.
they was all going to the drug program. So they was that was like a little better look than where I just being on the line at TS. So they was going over there and shit. So I was
Well,
like, now I'm isolated. I'm the only person that's going to A and B. All y'all going to the drug cottage.
and what happened when you got there to A and B?
When I got there, like you can see out your door in TS. You can like see out your door.
They got the little
So
it's one of the and you fucking you got the
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So as soon as everybody see me, everybody get the dissing. All the Crips get the dissing. As soon as they when they see me come on the fucking on the road and shit, everybody get the dissing and all that type of shit. You know how that shit go and why. So I'm trying to like hear voices and see who is who. West saying, see if I recognize some voices going my cell. You know, everybody calling me, like the people who knew me and shit. And just start that program all over, man.
Damn. And I know they keep you inside for a minute, and then after that they send you to program. And over there in TS is a motherfucker because they rack your door for everything.
Yeah.
It's kind of like I don't know. I always ship out like TS to me always sound like there was some like that door racks. Anything could happen, right? Like
Yeah, I didn't got caught slipping when the door cracked before TS. That's how I kind of like once I got to prison. I don't know if it was I had more discipline or I kind of learned my lesson from the situation and why, but it was hard for me to like stay mat rolled up and be on point all day. It was hard for me. I found myself like dozing off. You know, you ain't got TVs or none of that in TS. So I ended up dozing off one time and they racked that door and ended up getting packed out, bro. So that was
damn,
like
what happened? What happened there?
basically they was racking my door for showers. But I had dozed off. So when they racked my door, I didn't know it was shower time and what was going on. So when I come out, as soon as I come out the door, like as soon as my door opened, I went to go see what's going on. As soon as I come out, I see a Crip dude from Watts, bro. I see a Crip dude from Watts. Oh no, I see somebody from Harlem. And when I start running towards him, I see him looking behind me, like it's somebody behind, like he was looking past me. So when I turned around before I can get to him, the other dude was already on the way. He already had some pussies on the way and shit. So I got to fighting him, and the other dude came over there and packed me out and shit.
Shit. Yeah, that's how you gotta be on your toes. It's a motherfucker, dog. You know, like I think the only time you could really crash out is in the night.
Yeah, I learned my lesson though. I ain't never went to sleep during the day again. After that, I learned my lesson.
Did anything else crazy crack while you were in TS?
Um, shit. Man, you know TS crazy as a motherfucker in general. All my shit, you had a gang of racial shit going on, but all my shit was like mostly all gang shit, bro. Because I had like Crips had me on site, bro. So I had them on site, and I was coming out doing that, bro. So it wasn't a lot of blood like in TS. So every time I came out, I had two one-on-one fights in TS. Every time I came out, I got jumped because I found out I used to be the only blood on the college a lot of times. So every time I came out, I got jumped, bro. I had two one-on-one fights my whole time at TS. Every time I came out, I got jumped. So
Yeah, it's a trip you mentioned that because I remember when I was in Dallas at first, shit was it was cool. You know what I mean? Like yeah, there was racial shit going on when riots would kick off and shit, but it wasn't too bad. But by the time I had left, like that shit got real fucking like real racist. Like god damn, you know what I mean? Like people you thought were like, oh shit, I thought homie was cool, but I guess not. And in both ways, you know what I mean? Like oh shit, motherfuckers cracking ears now. So it was a trip. And when I got to TS, I remember when I first got to TS, I thought I was gonna max the fuck out because I had 5 years left on my max and shit, and I had already been busted for fucking was like 3 and some change. And I got to the hallway, and I was like, hey, I talked to the homie across the hall. Hey, who's on the green light right here? He's like, everybody. I said, ah, fuck, it's on. Yeah, like it's on. I got lucky though because they ended up pulling me out. And fucking homies from the joint had came down, and he started the other side. We started with the people who could program
Oh,
and
the
shit.
integrated side. Yeah,
Yeah,
see,
yeah, like
they had sent me to the integrated side. I got jumped twice on NB. Boom. They sent me to the integrated side on ENF. So when I went over there, they had a situation. I had ended up getting put on the green light too in Paso before I left. Somebody set me up, set me up for failure.
yeah,
But
yeah,
so when I go over there, I was under the impression like once you go to TS, like you come from Paso, you go to TS. If you ain't never cracked the ear, saying nothing disrespectful, like don't none of that shit count. That's all like in the past. So, but I guess it wasn't like that, bro.
yeah. No,
So
that shit follows you everywhere. It's crazy. You get put on the light in Nellis, and you go to Paso, that follows you there. You go to TS
yeah,
there.
yeah. So basically, I went over there, and the Crips had her like, yeah, man, you a green lighter. So he was like, look, my neighbor, I was next door to somebody from 60 at the time. He told me, I look, bro, straight up. He said, we gonna see what's going on with the racial shit because they send you all the essays that's over here saying that you're a green lighter. So we gonna see what's going on with that. But he was like, if they let you out and there's no other races out, like you already know what time it is, bro. Like just with the Crips, bro. So that was like like the understanding with all the Crips. Like if something happened, we let you out and it's gonna be like a riot type situation, then we gonna assist you for us on some racial shit. But if you out here and there's no other races out here or nothing like that, then we gonna get to this gangbang shit. So they ended up letting me out with a Crip, and I ended up having a fight. So they kicked me off the integrated side and sent me to the segregated side.
That's a trip, man. Because it's like no matter what, you're getting active. Like
Yeah.
like ain't no fucking ain't no just programming with the fellas and shit. It's like hell no, like something's gonna crack.
Oh yeah, for sure. Nah, for
Damn.
sure.
And how long were you there in TS?
I was in TS, man, catching case in TS, going to prison.
And you know what's a trip about TS too is what I tripped out on is when I first got to TS. I remember seeing a homie come down. That motherfucker was big. I was like, damn, this motherfucker been in TS for a while, right? Like, but he had just got there. And I was like, where the fuck is he coming from? And I was like, I asked him, like, where are you coming from? He's like, I'm coming from Corcoran. I was like, oh shit. Like, they send motherfuckers down to, like, I tripped out of that. Like, damn, you have motherfuckers from the joint coming down to TS and shit.
Now I got to see a lot of that when I was there, like people that had already been in prison that was either doing violations or they caught a case. NYA went to go do their prison time and they still had juvenile life, so they came back to do their time, and they was more like mellow and
yeah,
they had different program about themselves. But when I went to prison, like I wanted to come back to YA. I wanted to come back to YA because my prison time, I just had 16 with half. So I was gonna finish my prison time and go back to YA. But I ended up catching more time in prison before I paroled. But the majority of people I went being smart, but at that young age, it wasn't a lot of people that can use their head like that. They wanted to stay in prison. It was like a better environment that was conducive with going on. So they was like, fuck all that. Because you can sign to say that when I was in YA, it had became a part of CDC. So you can like sign a paper that I'd rather do my time in prison or I want to go back to YA. And they was like, man, I'm not going back to YA. Fuck all that shit. That shit ain't gonna let me give me more time, bro.
What'd you catch a case for in TS?
For a knife case.
Damn, so you're carrying a piece and they caught that shit?
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
And it was crazy because I didn't want to hoop it, so I was trying to when you young, bro, you hear about hooping and all that shit just sound like something gay, bro. Like,
yeah, low key. That's why I never wanted to go to prison. I was like, fuck that.
Yeah, I'm like, man, I'm not sticking that in my ass, bro. I'm not finna be hooping on knives, bro. And they ended up catching me with that shit. I tried to hide it in my property and they ended up catching me with the knife.
Damn. And how did that feel? Because I know that they put you on the rock for a little bit, or they put you in the holding rooms, and then when you get the letter, like the DA picked that shit up. How did that?
That was a fucked up feeling, bro. Because I didn't know at the time that I wasn't gonna get that much time in prison for that. But I was like, damn, bro, I was getting close to my max was already coming up. I had like 9 months until my max out date. So it was like, damn, man, now I gotta go deal with this shit and get some more time. And then it was more so, it wasn't even the time, to be honest, like letting my family down. I remember the phone call I had with my little brother telling him that I caught a case and he was hella disappointed. Of course,
Damn.
my mama was disappointed, but I just remember like letting everybody down.
Damn, that's fucked up. Like imagine, I could imagine that shit too, because when you're in there, you're handling your business. You're not thinking about what's going on out there because you got shit going on in there. But your family, they're waiting for you. So that shit
Yeah,
must fucking
yeah.
suck for them because it's like, dog, I thought you said you can't even behave for a little bit just to come home real quick. Like you can't do that. But
And my brother was disappointed. I was more concerned with my mama because all my brothers, they grew up the same way I was, so they ended up gang banging and all that type of stuff. So they kind of understood like in jail you gotta do your thing. But my mama, she don't had no understanding. Like, you know, they want their kids home, bro. So she don't understand like how is you catching another case. She still give me a hard time about that to this day. She's like, you don't never. Every time you go to jail, you catch another case. You catch more time. You don't never just go to jail, do your time, and come home. You catch cases on cases. Then I had started off on a violation, bro. I started out on a violation in juvenile hall. I mean, from supposed to go to camp for violation, catching a case in camp. Went to watch, catching the case in Y. So it was like, damn, when this shit gonna stop?
and how was it for you when you got to the joint?
I mean, I saw the difference as soon as I came from because they take you from TS, they take you to San Bernardino County Jail because it's in Chino. So they take you to West Valley. So I saw the difference. I felt the difference as soon as I stepped in because it was like 4 Mexican dudes sitting on the thing, like getting processed. And in TS, it would have been cracking because it's like, soon as they let you out, I'm like, damn, they just tripped me out. Like, damn, I'm just now around people and it's not on site. Like, you feel me? So it felt different and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, because they don't that YA shit doesn't count. Like it's just,
Yeah.
So you get to and how long did they give you? How long?
They gave me 16 and a half.
Oh, that's not bad at all. So,
Nah, it's not bad.
Yeah, so you fucking you get to the joint and how was it for you there?
I go to reception and it was more it's not really a lot of structure in reception far as like in the prison reception, bro. So it's different from YA for sure, but it's not a lot of structure like a hard line on rules or whatever the case. You can low key still gangbang in reception if you bold enough because it's the consequences ain't gonna really be as immediate in that environment because everybody is shooting out. So it's gonna take a minute to catch up.
Nobody lives there and shit. You know what I mean? It's just like
exactly. So we end up getting into like I ended up catching a shoot in reception. I didn't even go my first time in prison. I didn't even go to the main line. I caught 2 shoes in reception and parole for the shoe.
Damn.
Yeah.
So, how long did you do in total from camp to the joint?
Like 38 months.
Shit. So you get out, and it's like, dog, it's supposed to be fucking a camp program, like, and he could parole from the joint. What's everybody saying?
Yeah. I was crazy. One of my homies, my older homies, he thought I was in YA like the whole time because he just remember like he went to YA. I mean, he went to juvenile hall. He was like 16 years old. So when I'm telling him like I just got out the pen, because I'm saying it with some pride, like, yeah, I just got out the pen, I just paroled from the shoot. And he's like, man, stop lying, bro. You was in YA. That's not the same thing. So everybody, like the people who was standing more in contact with me, they knew like, nah, he did catch a case of YA. But it felt, I ain't gonna say it felt good, but it was like a little bit of pride, bro. Like I just got out the pen, bro. Like,
and that's a trip too because it's not long ass time. You know what I mean? But it's like it's long. Anytime away from the streets is long. But it's where somebody would be like, how the fuck you go from camp to YA to the joint in like a 3-year span? And that'd be a trip for a lot of people. Like, damn, how you pull that off?
Nah, but even people that I was like people I was in juvenile hall with, when I saw them in prison on the next sentence I did, not that time, but when I see them in prison, it was like, man, I had just saw you in juvenile hall. You didn't went to YA, to prison, got out and came back, and now you in prison. You did a gang of shit in that small ass time, bro.
How long did you do how long were you out?
For 17 days.
17 days, fuck.
No, 17 days, bro. 17 days, man. No, that's what. Hey, but you gotta. That's what the questions you gotta start asking yourself when you always coming back and forth to jail, bro. You gotta really start analyzing, looking at all your decisions, bro.
Yeah. What happened? What's the situation behind that 17 days? Like, what happened there?
I ended up going down for a robbery. I was out there running them up, running around the whole from day one. I wasn't even out for a whole hour, and we was on the block, hemmed up like this. So from day one, it was bad. I went straight from the bus station straight to the hood and running them up the whole time.
Damn. And they caught you for a robbery, and how long they give you for that? Your next time in the joint?
15, 15 years.
15 years.
15 years, bro.
Fucking shit. So you go from like, I'm a young kid. I'm going like, it's crazy because it's like, you're a young kid. I don't give a fuck. Send me to camp. I don't give a fuck. Send me to YA. I don't give a fuck. Send me to the joint. Then you get out. I still don't give a fuck. Now 15 years. How does that
Yeah.
feel?
I mean, it's hard to imagine when you 19 years old, like 15 years, bro. It's hard to imagine. Like you don't even think about being 30 years old. So it's like if you add it up, like 15, I'm gonna be 34 years old. Like man, that's a long ass time. Like, so it's like it's to keep it real, it wasn't even something that I thought about a lot in the beginning because it was like I gotta get through the time. I can't be thinking about 2020 something. It's 2007, so I can't be. You feel me?
Yeah. So you go back now this time, and you're not a short timer anymore, right? Like,
Exactly.
so how is it? How does that change for you? Because I know in the back of your mind, like, yeah, you're going to YA, you're going to the joint, whatever, but you have in the back of your mind, like, I'm going home. Now,
Then so
yeah, now you're
I
15
mean,
years. Like that kind of is going to be your home for a little bit.
yeah. So I go to reception. I'm in reception for a couple months. They called me to transpac. I'm going to Pelican Bay.
Damn.
So my first little thoughts, I was in a relationship at the time, so I knew that shit wasn't gonna last. As far as just the being realistic, like man, they finna send me some way to Pelican Bay. That shit hella far from LA, so I ain't gonna be able to get no visits. Can't see my family. Uh, it was just like a fucked up thing. Only thing I was thinking, like man, one of my homies I ain't seen in a long time. He was up there at that time, so I was I'm gonna get to see him. But everything else was kind of grim, like just the outlook on it, like just yeah, it's going bad.
Damn. That's far. How were your points too? How were your points through the
I
roof?
started off with 78 points. That's what I started off with. And I paroled with
God damn.
287 points, 287 points.
So fucking they send you out to the Bay, and how long were you there?
I was in Pelican Bay for 6 years.
6 years. Fucking shit. Like man, and how was that?
Yeah. I mean, when I first got there, like I said, like nothing for violence wise in prison ever was like a challenge or nothing like it was never like that was never the challenge. It's more like just doing your time, bro. Because at the time, I mean, God had me the whole time, bro. Because you could put yourself in a situation to catch life in prison, and I caught 2 cases while I was in prison, bro. So you could be in a position where you never leave, and when you're so young, like you never think of like at the time, like if I go stab this dude, I might end up catching a case, and I'm gonna have to take a deal for some crazy ass numbers, or get life in prison because you don't even see the future. I don't even know if I'm gonna be alive in 15 years. I might get killed in a riot in prison. So you're not thinking about the consequences. Like, you know, it's just crazy, bro. The whole
Yeah.
it's hard to wrap your head around it.
Yeah, it's a trip. I got homies that got 20 years, 25 years ago, and they're still there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So fucking when did you start having the feeling like this fucking I don't want to be here. Like this sucks. Like I need to stay out.
I mean, I didn't like it from the gate because prison is so much different than the streets. You got to be around people that you would never be around. Like just from a gangbanging standpoint, before I got like mature and start focusing my life on different things, like you got to be around rival gang members. Like, I got to be in the same vicinity as you, and no violence is happening. Like you feel me? So it's kind of like that was like weird to me about prison. Like I got to be around these people. People trying to talk to you. You don't want to talk to them. So that was like one of the things I didn't like about prison. But the process of actually trying to change my life and looking at stuff different, it was a slow process because I had a situation with one of my quote unquote enemies, and that changed my perspective on how I look at like the gang shit just in general, bro. But at the time, even though I acknowledged the the uh the evolution, I still didn't adhere to it as far as like I'm gonna start changing. It was like, all right, this is something all right, I see it, but I still in my mind I didn't start actually even trying to make attempts to change until 2018. I ended up getting shot in the head in high desert with the black gun, bro, and it put me in a coma. They put me in a coma.
Real quick, I want to get to that, but what was the situation with your enemy? Like what
All
happened?
right, basically, all right, this is the dude. He a reputable from where you from, reputable Crip dude. So we was in the hole. He came back there for a stabbing. I'm in the hole. We had a riot with the Woods. So we in the hole doing our whole time. You know, when you come to the hole, you know, people gotta check your paperwork and see what you back here for. All right, see you are who you say you are. And then I was in a cell with one of my older homies at the time, so that was like his position. So he checked the paperwork, everything, everybody checks out. But when he found out who I was, he started trying to talk to me, ask me questions. So I was standoffish, one word answers, no, no, no. So he got the picture. He never tried to talk to me again. So we going in occasions and no conversation, no nothing. We been in the hole for a year, you get a yearly package, bro. So at this time, this is when they used to make you take all your food out of the packages. So all the food is gonna mostly be stale. It's not gonna last for a month, bro. He ended up getting a package and he called me, sent my line, he sent me some food. So in my mind, I'm thinking he lame. Like, yeah, why is you calling me trying to give me some food? So in my mind, like, this dude lame. I know his history on the streets, his history in prison, he's a gangster, but in my mind, like, he's lame because you trying to be friendly with somebody that don't want no type of dealings with you. But then right after that, he called every single black on the tier and gave them some food too. So I seen that it had nothing to do with trying to be nice to me because he didn't want no problems. This dude he on some black, he on some pride for his race type stuff. The gang stuff don't matter to him. So this was a real gangster though, somebody that was a real gangster. So it just started making me look at everything different. That was my first like start processing in my head to look at everything deeper than what it is, bro.
Yeah, it's a trip because you start humanizing people and saying like, oh, this is
exactly.
person
But that
right
was my first time. I ended up going to the cage. We ended up start having like dialogue and stuff. But that was like my first time talking to like Crips in prison, bro. Like when I came to prison, you know, I just left from the county jail, big gang banging. So when I came, prison is different because most at this time I was like the first wave of people that started coming to jail that wasn't in there for like murder or attempted murder. So everybody in here got a life, bro. They all in here for gang murders. And it's like, even if they not from my city, you probably been down since before I was born, but you in jail for killing the blood. So I didn't want to even have no type of dealings. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to have no, so I didn't talk to no Crips, bro. I didn't talk to no Crips in prison. This was the first Crip I started talking to. We went to the hole, and situations happened. We started talking, but that just started. That was like the beginning of starting to look at everything different, bro. Like started to see people separate their affiliation with their character, because at that time in my mind, that state of my evolution, I indicted everybody off of what they represent. But you could be somebody, a stand-up person from over here. That's a good man, a good person just in general, but you're just happen to be from over here. So that was like the start of me separating the character from the area.
That's a trip, man. That's a trip. So what's the situation behind the that block gun hitting you in the head?
Oh man, a situation happened where somebody was getting removed from the yard, and so they handled their business or whatever the case it may be, and I guess somebody had they was throwing knives, bro. So when they come, you know how they come to the yard, they lay yard down, they come handcuff and they squirt people off. But in this situation, and this was like the second situation like this had happened, they start everybody in the area, they start stripping them down, trying to like see if they catch some more people with knives and shit, since they was missing a knife. So when they start stripping people down, I saw them coming in our direction. Like we was gonna be the next wave of people to get stripped down. So I'm like, I tell the person that was laying on the ground next to me, I'm like, bro, if they strip us down, like I'm high speed, bro. So he was trying to talk me out of it, like man, just why you won't just do X, Y, and Z? I'm like, man, I'm on high speed, bro. So
Get off on her ass.
they came like, hey, man, get up, strip it out. I took off running, bro. I tried to throw the knife over the fucking the wall. I tried to throw the knife over the wall. It hit the wall and came down. So we grabbed it again, but they started shooting me before I even threw it. As soon as I started running, I got shot with the black gun 5 times.
Oh fuck!
On this one incident, but this wasn't my first time getting shot with the black gun. But you know, it's not it don't really hurt from my other experiences, bro. When they hit me in the head, I thought I got shot with the Mini 14 because the first 4 times I got hit in the body, but the third time when I tried to grab it, when I reached down to grab it to pick it up, everything just went black. So my first mind, they was already shooting me with the black gun, so I thought that was the Mini 14. So my mind, when everything went black, I'm like, oh, I died in prison. That's what I said to myself. Oh, I died in prison. Wow.
Ending your chapter right there.
Yeah, that was in my mind because everything just went black, bro. I'm like, oh, I died in prison. That's all I remember. Like, wow, I died in prison, bro.
How long were you in a coma for?
17 days.
Fucking shit. So look this is what you trip to. Like I said, when you're busted, I get it. You can't think about what's happening on the streets, right? But like, imagine what your family feels.
Yeah, it was crazy, bro. It was crazy.
17 fucking days. This fool goes back for 15 fucking years. Now he's in a coma. Like, what the fuck?
But even reading the letters, like when I left from the hospital, they had me in the outside hospital. They took me to an outside rehab, and then when I went to they got a medical facility in Stockton. So I went there, and I still had to do a shoe turn for because they caught me with a knife, so I had to do a shoe turn. So I did my shoe turn in the medical facility. But I started getting my mail. And just seeing the letters, I still got my letters from my mama, bro. And just seeing like just the letters from my family, bro. Like, yeah, it's a cold situation, bro. Because they didn't at the time, they didn't know. Like, my mama ain't never been in prison, so she don't know like the difference from a black gun and the Mini 14. So whoever relayed the message, they just told him your son got shot in the face.
God.
So in their mind, they probably thinking the worst, like, wow, like then. Everybody they was saying I was dead, bro. They was going around telling people I was dead. So I didn't find this out until later when I started running into dudes that was actually there. Like, yeah, man, they was saying you was dead. I thought you was dead.
Damn, what happened when you came to be? Like you wake up, you have like a fucking like what was it like? Yeah, do you remember any of that shit?
Yeah, they pulled me off the ventilator. Like that's what I remember waking up when they was taking the ventilator out of my Western, and I couldn't talk. Like I still got a little stutter now from that little situation, but like I couldn't talk. So when I was trying to talk and ask them like what happened, they told me like basically we don't understand what you're saying. Like write it down. So when I wrote it down, I gave it to him, and he was like what is this? Like I still don't understand it. And when he gave it to me, like it was like dyslexic. It was like mumbled. It was like just mumbled up, bro.
Yeah.
So I had to really like concentrate and try to like write it down. Yeah, that's just thinking about that shit sound crazy, bro. But
it's a trick because your body was used to just laying there for all that time. So it's like using your muscles. So you have to kind of learn to use, even though it wasn't that long, but you still have to learn how to use those muscles again to act the way you want them to act.
You trip out though. They told me that I wasn't like basically you can't walk right now.
Shit.
So I felt regular, right? So I tried to get up because I'm chained to the bed. So I tried to get up like, man, I feel regular. Like, so I'm trying to get up and start walking around, and I fell, bro. So they all run back in the room like, what is you doing? I'm like, man, I was trying to walk. We told you, like your balance is off. Like your balance ain't straight right now. So you're not gonna be able to walk right now.
That's a trip.
So, then I couldn't eat no solid food, bro. They had me on a feeding tube. I couldn't eat no solid food. So I had lost a gang of weight and shit. Man, that shit was crazy.
Do you remember while you were in a coma, like were you dreaming or was it just like dark?
Nah, I don't remember nothing. I just remember when they took me off the ventilator. That was like the next thing I remember. I remember everything went black.
you're
And
running,
I did.
boom, you get hit, and then they're pulling something out of your mouth, and fucking that's what you said. 17 days. How long
Yeah,
was
I
it?
got like it was like in and out little periods. Like I remember when they was putting me on the little stretcher, and I remember trying to not get on the stretcher because in prison that's
That's
like left eye, bro. Like man, you ain't getting on the gurney, bro. So and they was telling me like it's probably something. I remember that. Then they went back black again. Then I remember them telling me it's no circulation on your brain, bro. I remember that. That's the only two things I remember. And the next thing I remember, they took the ventilator up.
shit. How long did it take you to become like fully functional again?
Um when I went, all right, my balance was messed up for a minute. I was actually probably able. I went to they took me to a rehab after that. I went to a rehab, so they had me working on stuff like to get my balance together, strengthening my different parts of my body, like pertaining to my balance. So I was doing that in a rehab, and then they had me in an orange jumpsuit. So the people at the rehab, I guess it was like it was it wasn't a good look, bro. So they had to send me to the little medical facility in Stockton because they got a rehab here and everything. So they had to send me there because it wasn't. I guess they was getting complaints.
Damn, that's fucked up. That's fucked up though, because it's like you needed that shit, and people can't look past what they see,
Yeah,
right? Like they see a guy in a jumpsuit, they don't see like a human being. They see somebody who's dangerous. That's fucked up, man. Uh,
yeah.
but you come to be right, and how long before you get back to the yard?
Well, all right. I had to still, like I said, I still had to do my shoe turn
Yeah,
because that's a shoeable offense, possession of a deadly weapon. So I go to Stockton, and while I'm at the medical facility, my shoe turn in, and they tell me like basically you don't need this level of care because that's like the highest level of care that you can have like listed as medical. So it's called OHU. It's basically observational. Like basically you gotta always have doctors or a nurse around you, like at any given time. So they
yeah,
were saying basically like now that you can walk a little bit, you're not in a wheelchair no more. I'm in a walker wheelchair. Like it's like a double where it's like a wheelchair and a walker. Like basically you can go back to the yard now. You can go back to the regular prison. So they send me back to high desert. So when I get to high desert, they take me straight to the hole for basically conspiracy. Because when I was gone, I didn't know none of this because I'm in the hospital. They had snatched a gang of my homies up for conspiracy to commit murder against the police. So they snatched everybody, took them all to the hole. So they basically took me to the hole. And the first committee I went to, they said, "Why are you here? Like, why did they send you back? Why did they reduce your medical? You can't even walk. You barely can like hold a conversation with you still stuttering. Like you're not even supposed to be in a So they jacked my my medical status back up, and I went to Folsom to New Folsom Medical. They had me
yeah.
over there for like 4 to 6 months, 4 to 6 months until I got medically cleared.
Damn. And after that, where'd they end up sending you?
To the line in Folsom. Like basically they kicked me out of because basically in Folsom the medical is basically like the whole, bro, because if you GP, you can't come out and do nothing because the other people that's here, the majority is not GP. So it's basically like you in the hole, bro. You're gonna get one call a month, they gonna bring your food to your door, but you don't got no action at going to your you don't got no action at doing nothing, bro. So I was basically like being in the hole for 6 months, 4 months, however long it was.
Damn.
Then they kicked me out to the regular yard up there in New Folsom.
And how long after that did you parole?
That was 2000. So I was still in there for 3 more years. Technically, I'm still not even paroled yet because I'm in the MCRP. That's like the halfway house, but it's state supervised, bro. So I'm still technically. I got 12 days until I parole, bro.
Damn.
So I'm technically still going through it right now.
And what do you think is gonna keep you out this time? Because last time you were out for 17 days.
Oh, my whole mindset didn't change, bro. My heart changed and my mindset didn't change. Now it took me a long time to get it, but I think God put people in situations for a reason because he wasn't giving up on me. Like, you gonna figure this out, bro, because you gonna figure it out, bro. Then I met my wife like probably like a year before. I got shot in the head on my wife's birthday, bro. But I had met her probably like about a year before that, So I was already like beginning to change certain little things. When I started just more looking at life and putting everything in perspective, like what if I would have died in prison? Like, I haven't accomplished nothing. And the most important thing was my mama ain't never got to be proud of me, bro. Even the letters that she was writing me when I was in a coma, it was like she was more. It's funny. I wish I could go grab one of the letters, but it was more like, man, I hope you fighting for your life right now, because it was like I still had to turn around for her. So it was like, damn, I ain't even give my mama nothing to be proud of, and you got that. This how you gonna go out? So it's like I got another chance. I gotta make it count, bro. So I still was getting in trouble in prison after that, but it was more like just the obligations. Like, it wasn't nothing. I was pushing the line over just handling my obligations that I came to prison with, and making sure like I leave out on the right page. I came in as a man. I'm not gonna take no exit routes or shortcuts. I'm gonna leave as a man, bro. But I'm gonna try to stay as positive as I can.
Yeah, and it's a trip because your story is one a trippy story because it's one where you're extremely lucky, but you're extremely unlucky at the same time, right? It's
Yeah,
like shit that could go bad, definitely did, but it didn't go to
yeah.
the point where like you're still here. You know what I mean? Like you're
But I
still
think that's the karma, bro. Like, one thing, everybody in life is gonna be held accountable, bro. So everything you ever did, you gonna be held accountable for, even if it's in another form of like repercussion, bro. Like, you might have did something, it's gonna some negative is gonna happen, bro. But it's probably not gonna be like to the same severity or in the same form, but something's gonna happen. So I think a lot of that was just what I owe to the universe, bro. Like, being held accountable. And then mercy, to keep it real, because he wanted me to figure it out. Some people never get to figure it out, bro. Or if they do, they might already got life or something.
what are you gonna do now to prevent you from going back? Because it's like, and a lot of people do. A lot of people stay out and they have plans to stay out and they do, and it's hard. It's difficult at times, but it's worth it, right? But it's one thing to say you're gonna stay out. It's another thing to put that into action. So what are you gonna do to put it into action to ensure that you do not go back to that place?
I'm dedicating myself to my family, bro. Like, I don't even consider myself a gang banger, bro. I'm from a community. I never forget where I came from, bro. I want to have I want to give like a reflect positive. I want my neighborhood to reflect positively off of me, right?
Yeah.
I'll never forget where I came from. I'm not a gang banger, bro. I don't go around looking to kill people. I don't want no smoke with nobody, bro. I'm a family man. I'm dedicated to my family. I'm from where I'm from. I can't change my past, but I don't. And it's a gang of stuff as a man just growing up. I don't agree with. So that's gonna certain stuff I don't believe in, bro. I don't believe in. So then, to keep it all the way real, I don't even know what would make a young man want to join a gang now, because it's different from when I started off. You feel me? But I don't. I owe my family more than I owe anybody, bro, because these are the same people at the end of the day, especially my wife. She didn't know me from a can of paint and took a chance on me in prison, bro. And she from a whole different life. She ain't nothing street about my wife, bro. So I owe everything to my family and my mama, bro. I owe everything to them. So I don't got time to try to make somebody else happy or represent for somebody else besides my family, bro. So I'll always be from where I'm from. I'm proud of where I'm from. And the next chapter in my life, bro, I gotta put on for my family the same way I did for the hood. I gotta put that same effort into my family and the stuff that I'm good at.
Oh yeah, and let's talk about a little bit of that, the stuff that you're good at. But I know that you got some songs on YouTube and you have a lot going on with that. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I do music, bro. I just recently became a certified personal trainer, certified nutrition coach. But I've always been in the art, bro. Drawing, writing. I got 3 books I wrote. But I'm I'm focused on music a lot right now. I got a lot of stuff lined up for when I leave here, bro.
That's what's up, man. And personal training, there could definitely be a lot of money in that too. You know, like I remember I used to go to this gym and I used to trip out on the amount of people who are willing to fork out dough for that shit.
Yeah, that's my message to the youth, man. I got it right now. I got a meeting next Tuesday to try to see if I can go into these juvenile halls to start talking to these kids. But it's just about trying to make a career out of stuff that you like. Because a lot of people, especially when you was young, they got more exposure now to different like lifestyles and different things. But when you young, you trying to find yourself, sometimes it's simpler than we make it. You can do whatever you like doing, bro. You like partying, you could be a party promoter. You like drinking, you could be a wine connoisseur, a wine taster, tester, and you feel me? It's different ways that
Try to make your own wines and shit. You know what I mean? Like there's because
exactly.
there's nothing illegal about that at all. I think that's what's a trip too. I like that message because there's a lot of talent that I remember being busted with cats where like these motherfuckers could rap, these motherfuckers could ball, these motherfuckers could sing, they could fucking draw, like, and it's unfortunate because a lot of the times they don't get to live that shit out. But I do have a homie right now. He bought this badass fucking pad from tattooing. Right? We remember when he first started, like a gang of homies, like it didn't look like what it looks now. Now that shit looks like fucking like, man, that shit's amazing. But back then, he just kind of did it to do it, and like you said, turn your passion into something you could profit off of, and something that with integrity, right? Where you're not scamming people, you're not trying to do anyone dirty. People are paying you for a job well done. It's something that you could be proud of.
Exactly. Something honorable, man, because it ain't no honor in the streets. No matter how hard we try to make it sound, or when we was young, we didn't know no better. When you know better, you got to do better. But just to be honest, everybody want to be a part of something with real love and honor, bro, and real camaraderie. It ain't no real camaraderie, bro, in the streets, bro. Ain't no real honor in the streets. So it's a whole lot of different alternatives, and not even just like you have to stray away from your I don't even like saying gang because that's like a derogatory term, bro. But your community, like what's the dude name who played Machete, bro?
Oh, Danny Trejo.
Like that's one of my I ain't gonna say idol, but that's like a positive role model for me, bro. Like it's somebody that he don't shy away from where he's from, but he a positive reflection on his community. I came from here, I've been through X, Y, and Z, but now I'm a productive member of society and I'm doing X, Y, and Z. That's somebody you could be proud. That's my homie right there. He went and did X, Y, and Z. So it's not like I'm trying to tell people to be ashamed of where they from or not to represent where they from. But in 2023, bro, it got to be something else going on, bro. All the signs is there. Shit is over with, bro. There's no longevity in a criminal enterprise, bro. Nothing positive can happen from it. So it's just about putting on for your section in the right way, bro. Do something positive to affect your community, man.
And it's trip you mentioned Danny Trejo because the one thing he says is he says everything good that happened in his life was a direct result of him helping somebody out. Right? He helped somebody and something good happened to him. He doesn't do it he doesn't help people to get something, but a lot of times, I mean, you do good, you get good, right? A lot of the time,
sir.
You can't expect it, but when it comes your way, accept it.
Yes, sir.
Man, that's dope, G. That's dope. You know, I'm glad that you got that mindset, and you know, like you said, there ain't jail sucks. Just like you said before, like hooping knives and shit. You do what you got to do, but come on, that's no way to live.
It all come to like you got to look at yourself highly. At one point in my life, bro, I looked at getting life in prison. You looking at your life, I've always been like probably less so when I was young, but I always had an introspect into like just life in general. So at a young age, you doing certain stuff and you seeing the same people you doing these things with go to jail for life. Because I used to always, when I was young, when people would talk, oh yeah, when I go to the pen, this and that, I used to be like, man, I'm not gonna go to prison. And then when I kept going to jail, I'm thinking like, I'm probably gonna go to prison, bro. And I started accepting it in my mind, like, yeah, I'm gonna probably end up doing life in prison one day, bro. Like this was acceptable to me. But you gotta look at yourself in a higher light because that's not living, bro. Squat and cough. Somebody can tell you to strip and squat and cough, bro. Another man tell you to squat and cough. That's not living, bro. What kind of life is that, bro?
That's the truth.
That's
Is
just
at any
living.
time, any place, like you said, they wanted you to strip in the yard full of everybody, in front of everybody.
Yeah, it's not living, bro. So you gotta look at yourself higher than what you thought. That's why I was saying, like, when you get to see different things, because when we was young, it's different now because they got the internet, wider like internet service. But like this, what I seen and the people I looked up to, like this it's their life, and it's the people that I respect and that's looked at highly in the community. So it was like acceptable, bro. But when you start getting older and you start looking at everything for what it is, bro, ain't nobody want that for themselves.
That's true, G. And where do you see yourself in let's say the next 5 years?
Next 5 years, homeowner, business owner, and with my feet in that industry, man. I do the music. I got a lot of up and coming stuff, man. 804 Icer on all platforms, Spotify, Apple Music. I'm working, man. So I see myself with a foot in the industry, homeowner, business owner, man. Productive synergy, good husband to my wife.
That's what's up, G. And we got some of the social medias below. You guys take a look there. We got the Instagram and the TikTok. You can follow him there. And before we wrap it up, is there anything else you wanted to add, G?
How you say te quiero para siempre, baby? I love you.
That's what's up, G. And just wanted to thank you for sharing your story with us, G. And it's a crazy ass journey. Like I said, at times very unlucky because a lot of what could have happened did happen, but at the same time, very fortunate and very lucky that you're here to tell your story and reinvent yourself. And you're still relatively young enough to reinvent yourself. And I look forward to seeing the rest of your journey, G.
Yes, sir, man. I appreciate you for having me, man.
Everybody, that's Ise Berg right there. Much love, G. Much love to Nasty
Yes,
Crew.
sir.
Much love to my white babies. And with that, we out. Peace.
The skills, and I don't want nobody calling me son or kid or sport or nothing like that. Cool. Whatever you say, Slim. I need to tell you something.
Them little niggas better kill theyself while I do it for them. Probably really need somebody to mentor them. Too busy chasing bags trying to ride for him. All that flexing on the ground, got my eyes on him. He don't wanna up his chain, he gon' die for it. Said he got some fetty, why was the line for it? I'ma send it where they paying the high for it. How nobody got hit, it was mind blowing. Probably need to start shooting with his eyes open. I don't need a stylist, my style golden. Drip for sale, I done turned into plies on him. Culinary school 4-5 on him. Bake a nigga cake, they gon' cry for him. I seen that paperwork, I can't lie for him. Might as well throw a surprise for him. All these niggas dancing, it's time for it. Shit, I might as well gonna do mine on them. Why they playing whole games on the internet? Knowing damn well I ain't into that. Knowing damn well I'll finish that. 804 Street, yeah, I'm really that. 49 a sign on my little hat. Whoever looking for us, we in the trap. Level 4 yard, I was spinning laps. Everything changed when you get a sack. Even skinheads used to give me that. Dying by respect, gotta give me that. Trendsetter, watch how they piggyback. I said he never bull, but he big and back. Hey, Kendrick Lamar, if I really rap. Play me like an MC, that'll get him whacked. Keep them jokes to yourself, that'll get him slapped. Fresh Prince of Bear Lane, can't give him slack. FaceTime with Toast, he got a pole like Men in Black.
Keep my name out your fucking mouth!
I'm going to, okay?